I'm 86 years old now, and if there's one thing I wish someone had told me earlier, it's this. Most of your life won't be decided by big choices. It will be shaped by small patterns you didn't even realize you were living in. I didn't choose my pattern. At least, I don't remember choosing it. It just happened. Slowly, quietly, like most things do. When I was younger, I thought life was about decisions. Big ones. Career, family, money, success. I thought if I made the right choices, everything would fall into place. And in some ways it did. I worked hard, built a routine, did what everyone around me was doing, woke up at the same time, ate at the same time, worked the same hours, thought the same thoughts, every single day. And I told myself, this is life. But years passed, and something strange started to happen. Time began to feel faster, not because I was busy, but because everything felt the same. Days blurred into each other. Weeks disappeared. Months didn't feel real anymore. And one day, I sat down and asked myself something that made me uncomfortable. When was the last time I truly felt something new? I couldn't answer it. You see, what nobody tells you is this. Your brain loves patterns. It creates them to make life easier. So you don't have to think about everything. But over time, those patterns start making decisions for you. You wake up, not because you choose to, but because your body expects it. You think certain thoughts, not because they're true, but because they're familiar. You react in the same ways, again and again, without questioning why. And slowly, without realizing it, you stop living intentionally and start living automatically. I didn't see it happening. That's the dangerous part, because patterns don't feel like control. They feel like comfort. They feel safe, predictable, familiar. But comfort can quietly become a cage. I remember one particular evening. It was nothing special. Just like any other day, I sat by the window, watching people walk by, and for some reason, I noticed something I had never paid attention to before. Everyone looked busy. Everyone looked like they were going somewhere important, but their faces, they all looked the same. Distant, distracted, almost absent. And then it hit me. I had that same look. For years. That moment stayed with me. Because I realized something simple, but hard to accept. I wasn't choosing most of my life. I was repeating it. You might think patterns are harmless, but let me tell you what they do over time. They decide what you notice, and what you ignore. They shape your thoughts. Without asking your permission, they control your reactions, before you even realize what's happening. And most importantly, they make time disappear. Because when every day feels the same, your brain stops recording it as something new. And when your brain stops noticing, life feels shorter, faster, empty. That's why people say, where did the years go? The years didn't go anywhere. You just lived them on repeat. Now here's the part one wish I understood earlier. Patterns are not the problem. Living in them unconsciously is. The day everything started to change for me was the day I began noticing. Not fixing. Not forcing change. Just noticing. I noticed how quickly I reached for distraction. I noticed how often my mind wandered. I noticed how I reacted without thinking. And for the first time, I saw my life from the outside. It wasn't dramatic. No sudden transformation. But something subtle began to shift. Moments started feeling different. Slower. More real. I started hearing things I had ignored. Feeling things I had rushed past. Even silence didn't feel uncomfortable anymore. And that's when I realized something that stayed with me. You don't need to change your entire life to change how your life feels. You just need to wake up inside it. Because the truth is, most people are not stuck. They're patterned. And there's a difference. Being stuck means you can't move. But being patterned means you're moving, just not consciously. And if you never question those patterns, you can live an entire life without ever truly choosing it. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this because I've lived it for decades without realizing it. And if there's one thing I've learned after 86 years, it's this. Life doesn't disappear suddenly. It fades quietly, inside routines, inside habits, inside patterns you stop noticing. So if something feels off, if your days feel too similar, if time feels like it's slipping faster than it should, don't ignore that feeling, because that feeling is awareness trying to wake you up. And maybe, just maybe, the life you think you're living is actually just a pattern you never chose.